The decision to come to Canada took about 4 years from us to decide that we would risk everything for a safe future for our kids.
Pourquoi je suis venu au Canada?
Why did I come to Canada? Essentially for two main reasons. First reason, it's mostly for the future of my children. And the second reason is for my own future.
Mon propre avenir aussi.
I left behind, I feel that a lot, which I miss. Like my own family, my relatives, my friends.
Coming from a war-torn country is completely experience that one cannot easily, I think, explain it in words.
After several years of separation, I met him at the airport. I was surprised that he grew up quite tall and big, and he was skinny, but he was a little chubby, and I was like, oh, is that my kid? And my son was quite awkward. He couldn't really approach me. He and I got back home. He was banging on the wall, so, what are you doing? So he said, I feel awkward. I can't even hug you.
Yeah, of course, it's tough for children, I think, to be away from their grandparents, from their uncles or aunts, because traditionally we are living in an extended family, and all family members are living in a house. They found it very strange when we came on a plane to Canada. They said, what about my grandfather and grandmother? Why they are not with us? And it was difficult for us to explain to them.
It's not just the English barrier. It's not just the cultural issues. It's about family issues too.
When I took my daughter to school to register first, and I realized that it's so different from schools when I grew up. Schedule is different, method of teaching is different. They're having a lot more fun than we used to.
When I took my children for the first time to school in Canada, it was a very interesting experience if comparing it to the Peruvian schools. There is more rapport with the teachers or with the school administrators.
With my experience in China, I feel a little bit nervous to go to the school by myself. First of all, we came here only a few weeks, and my English is not that fluent. I'm so afraid of that.
He was not really comfortable going to school because he felt he's full because he doesn't speak English. He was really desperate and he was really sad. He talked to me, why don't we go back to Korea together?
My daughter, when she went to the school for the first time, and she looked around the kids, that how when she observed the whole environment and the girls and the boys sitting together and at some places in awkward position from our point of view. So she was quite upset, and when she came home, she started crying and she said that I'm not going to go, I'm not going to join that school. I said that no, it's okay, it's school.
For me, it was interesting to realize they have different programs for kids. Whether you are not learning enough, you can get help with that. Or if you don't speak English, there is an ESL program that can help you to study English at school. Also, if you're a gifted child, if you know a lot more for your age, there is a program for that too. My
youngest son, when he came here, he was in grade 7. So the teacher, they put him in ESL, and he was quite upset. We were also quite upset because we think that his English was good. But later we also realized that the teachers in ESL class, they also help them in the adjustment in new environment.
Even if a child has some proficiency in English and is speaking with their friends on the playground and quite comfortable with the English language, they still may need help with the academic language that's in the classroom. That is the language of science or the language of history or math.
When I received my son's first mark sheet, and there was an invitation that I should choose a time that would be convenient for me to go and meet with the teacher, I was wondering that maybe my child has done something wrong. But when we went to meet the teacher kindly showed me my son's progress.
While I was growing up, I remember my mom speaking with the teachers, and that make a big difference. When teachers start putting together families, parents and children, the results can be greater.
Yes, schools in Canada do very much encourage parental involvement. It's key to student success. The more parents are involved, the more they're aware of the programs that are available for their students, what the school has to offer. The more the parents encourage the students to do well and to take their studies seriously, the better the students do.
Je fais tout pour que je regarde les agendas de mes enfants chaque jour.
I look at my children's agenda every day and ask, what did you do today? So I can ask questions to see if there are comprehension issues, and if there are, I can contact the teacher by email. Or if it's an urgent matter, I call them.
J'utilise le téléphone.
You also need to be aware of the courses that your child is taking. And it's a bit complicated, but you need to understand the difference in high school between applied and academic courses. And then at the grade 11 and 12, the difference between university, college, and workplace destination courses.
In our society, we all think that education is the teacher's job, and parents should do their job at home, not in the school. But here it's different. If parents can involved, they can know how the students learn, how the students study, how they are doing their job at school.
Et puis, dans les réunions qu'organisent les écoles,
And during meetings organized by schools, there's information. For example, on how kids get evaluated, on the system, for example, the credit system, how kids are taught. There's details on evaluation methods. So there's a lot of key information given that one must have, especially when the student reaches a certain level and needs appropriate guidance. It's really important.
c'est très important.
We have many wonderful resources within our school for parents. Support systems such as interpreters who can assist parents during parent-teacher interviews. As well, we have settlement workers, and settlement workers are a great resource because they connect newcomer families with the community and let them know about all of the various agencies that are available, everything from healthcare to assistance with housing and community programs for their children.
With both of my daughters, I had to go to teacher and solve some problems, and teachers were very attentive to it. They listened, and then we decided what we're going to do about it, and then they got back to me. And at first it was very strange, you know, that they're listening and they're approachable.
If a parent has a problem or a question about something that's happening at school, we want them to feel comfortable to come into the school, to communicate, and we just want them to know that the doors are open.
One day that Hakim came to me and said, "Mom, I will leave the soccer club and going for a knitting club." First time it was funny, but the question was, I know that Hakim likes soccer too much. Why you are leaving? He told me, "Mom, there is 2 boys in the soccer who's fighting me." And I asked his teacher if I can come to meet him. And the next day, Hakim came to me, "Mom, I'm back to the soccer club."
All right, ready to go.
How do you say monster in French? Monster. Okay. When we started to translate into the Arabic.
As a classroom teacher, I welcome the opportunity to have parents involved in my classroom. I know my students look forward to working with parent volunteers who can help them with reading and writing and mathematics. And they can also be a good friend to students that are new to the country.
Et autre chose, si vous en avez encore le temps.
Another thing, if you still have some time, is to be part of the school council.
Ça aussi, c'est important.
That is also very important. Because by doing that, you're not only getting closer to the school, but you're also meeting other parents.
C'est aussi en contact avec les autres parents qui partagent les mêmes problèmes que vous.
I'm involved in school life. I'm part of the school council, and there are lots of projects going on. We're having fun fairs, we're supporting library.
I wanted to volunteer, I wanted to be with children, but I cannot do that because of so many pressures, because first and most of it's financial, you know.
Some of the parents are just afraid of their language ability. They think that they cannot speak English very good, so they cannot do anything. They cannot do any help at the school. But that's not the thing. Even if you cannot speak the language, you can do some help.
Chaque fois que les écoles convoquent des réunions,
Each time the school calls a meeting, even when it's really snowing, I go. I take my umbrella even if I have to walk all the way. I go because during these meetings, I have learned so much.
That's the nice thing, that anytime you are going to school, you are welcome. They will tell you, please come anytime. They will make you feel this, that you are welcome to come.
There are times you're going to get discouraged. There are times you're going to think, Canada, I thought Canada was this great nation of opportunity and things aren't working out. But you have to be resilient. There are ways to make the system work for you, and there are people that are out there to help you, and the more information you get, the better.
For newcomers, I will have one advice. When you come to Canada and you go to school, don't be afraid. You find an interpreter if you don't speak English, or ask school to provide it, and they will do it. And don't be afraid to use your voice. Don't be afraid to voice your opinion, because it's for kids, and that's why we came to Canada, for our kids.